It doesn't matter how much you try to convince yourself that you're average. It doesn't matter how much that you try to hide. People can feel that you have this light. We want to just put ourselves in the right places to be able to be received as a creative. What's good, my loves? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about no longer hiding your gifts, allowing yourself to feel safe to be a creative out loud and freely. Let's get straight into it. I am affirming that I am a creative, and I'm allowing myself to be that in front of others and no longer suppressing my inner artist. I always felt more safe hiding behind my shell and shrinking myself, because I thought that if I just hide and keep everything that makes me to myself, then I could be more at peace. Suppressing my creative side for like a little bit over a year brought me nothing but hell, internally and externally. First of all, to deny your creative side, the thing that makes you happy, the thing that brings you joy all of your life, to deny that is self-abandonment. It creates this confusion about who you are. And the more that I wanted my real self to be seen, the more I started to run. It's also externally dangerous to suppress yourself as well, because trying to act and put on this mask is going to make you end up in the wrong spaces. And now you're trying to keep up with the character, people please. Then the moment that you just can't breathe and you can't take it no more, and you start to be yourself a little bit and show your real self, then it kind of sends some people in an uproar. It will inspire some and it'll intimidate some. But if you keep hiding and suppressing, then you're mainly in toxic environments where you'll be viewed as a threat. It doesn't matter how much you try to convince yourself that you're average. It doesn't matter how much that you try to hide. People can feel that you have this light, something beyond the surface that is very attractive. It makes some people curious and it makes some people furious. We want to just put ourselves in the right places to be able to be received as a creative. I was putting a lot of things, places, and situations on pedestals myself. And when you do that, you kind of shut yourself off from it, because you think that it's something above you and unattainable. But the only thing that we think is above us is the actions and the habits of these people and places and environments. How I turn my own intimidation into inspiration is affirming that these things aren't above me, they're around me, they're maybe past me. Because if I'm in a room, then I obviously belong to be here. If I have the opportunity, then I'm obviously ready. So there's no need to run from it. If your desires are attractive to you, that is a big sign that you actually are ready and that you're not an imposter. I had to accept that no matter what I do, no matter how I act, my presence has impact. I bring light into every room that I step in just by being. And this is something that I have to protect. And it's something that I have to hone as well. So I need to be accepting of exactly who I am and what I value in the types of people and places that I choose to entertain. I have to stay focused on my creativity because it brings me joy, and it's being of service to the collective. It's how I get to express myself. So I'm staying focused and locked in on long-term goals and not entertaining anything that I don't see myself messing with for a couple years. I feel free, now that I'm warming up and doing things that express parts of me that I've always hidden. It's wonderful, but it's like I'm letting go and releasing this old self, this old life, this old way of thinking and acting. And I've been holding on to this for way too long. And that's why my true desires hasn't really come in yet, because I'm still holding on to this version of myself that I think is more safe, but it's not. It's more dangerous. In different areas of my life, I was targeted and didn't even realize it. I gotta be accepting of who I am, and I gotta be accepting of who other people are. Not trying to change, help, or save anybody. That's a waste of my time and my energy, when I could be creating and focusing on those who do want to do better, focusing on like minds. And honestly, I'm actually gonna step back from feeling like I need to give advice, because a lot of those videos was really coming from a space of still wanting to save. And now I'm realizing that I can just be and share who I am, share my lessons and insight along the way, and whatever resonates, resonates. Who's ever inspired is inspired. Honestly, I just feel called to just vibe. I really feel called to have fun. You know, right now I'm kind of being really serious, and I've always been really serious and just worried and uptight and stressed and trying to control outcomes with my creativity, and it made me become really blocked from it after a while because I'm trying to force a certain outcome in order to make myself feel something rather than just creating from a space of true expression and intuition. I should be listening to what the highest power wants me to do. And I'm really glad that I'm freeing myself in this because it's taken off so much pressure for me to be perfect. I'm not perfect and I've never been perfect. And it's okay to not be perfect. I just feel like I'm just now dropping into my body. Like I have not been present. And that's another thing with suppressing the inner artist too. I was dissociating a lot. A lot of these childhood coping mechanisms I kept carrying on, like being hyper vigilant, putting my needs to the side for other people's needs that don't even care about you. It literally does not make sense to try to change yourself and morph yourself to be more digestible for someone who still does not like you. They don't like themselves. They're full of frustration and hatred, which has nothing to do with you. But I am not about to keep hurting myself by doing that. And I learned how to dissociate. I learned that if I don't want to be in my reality, then I just create another one in my head. And I'm editing my videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look crazy. And I was probably doing this in person. Memory bad. I literally didn't even feel like a person for a minute. I felt like I was in a video game and I couldn't feel my body. You know how when you're looking at the screen and it's just the eyes and you just wondering, like that's how it felt. Or it felt as if I was watching myself from above. My body was here, but I wasn't. It was really uncomfortable. The more that I started expressing myself truly and started just being me freely, the more I drop into my body and I feel like a person again, literally. I wore this mask and I literally thought that I don't care what anybody says of me or what they think of me because you're not even talking about me. I'm hidden. But I realized that the mask and who I actually am is both in the same body. So I need to act like an artist. I need to act like I know who I am. So yeah, y'all, I think it's really important to create because if you don't create as a creative, it really makes you fucking depressed. We don't always have to create in the things that are monetized or, you know, our favorite things. I used to just make all types of stuff, just paint, make crystal necklaces, like do my little outfits, jewelry. Never was bored, never was lonely when I was really focused more on myself. The closer I got, the more I started to run, the more I wanted to mess myself up because I'm like, yo, this person cannot exist. Yes, that person can. If everybody is so offended at every little thing that you do, down to the way that you breathe, you need to switch rooms ASAP. And that will wire it into your brain that it is safe to be a creative, to literally see all of these talented people sharing their gifts. And when I would consume more than I create, now I'm forgetting that beautiful, intricate process of creation, and I'm starting to fan more than I support. Meaning, supporters mess with the art and the artist, and you know, they just rock with what you're doing. Most fans only really mess with the art, and then when you consume a lot of it, or you just consume a lot, period, you'll start to perceive people as the art, because you're not knowing or understanding the process of creation. That's not a great space for me to be in as a creative because it's weird. You know, you don't know people. Even your favorite vlogger that vlogs their life every single day is still a piece of artwork. You don't know them. They're not even showing 20% of their lives, and they don't have to. What they are sharing is the depths of their heart. That's what I'm sharing. I'm sharing what I value. I'm sharing what I love, but not my personal entire life. At the end of the day, these videos are creations that are meant to either entertain, inspire, or educate. And they're meant to draw in your attention and keep you watching and keep your engagement. So always remember that you are seeing the highlights of everybody's life. But the most beautiful part about this is that you're creative as well. Everybody has this spark. Your favorite celebrity is literally a creative that made it, that sacrificed, that put in work, that never gave up. We all bleed the same, but they honed their gifts, they put in work. And we could be jealous, and people could be jealous of you, but not even willing to put in 20% of what you put in to become who you are. I'm no longer feeling bad for having light. I'm no longer feeling bad for having a gift. And I'm no longer feeling bad for others who are in misery in their minds, because I don't want to choose that for me. I'm focusing straight on myself again. I'm focusing on my gifts. I'm focusing on my passions and creativity. And that's it. Straight like that. And I'm standing on the fact that I'm a creative, and I'm going to act like that in every area of my life. In my creations, I'm going to show up as a YouTuber, as an influencer. In my personal life, in my relationships, I'm going to show up as a creative, and I'm going to decipher who's safe or not, and be the chooser of who has access to me right now. It's nobody, nothing, nada. I'm done living my life on ghost mode. You know, I literally suppress myself so much to the point where I put on that mask and I feel like a ghost. I feel like I did not exist. My finances, I'm showing up as a creative. It's other ways around this. And I'm going to show up like I know that. I'm not playing about myself anymore. I'm done. So I'm about to act like I know. Act like I know who I am. And with the channel, I'm going to be influencing. That's not, see, it's crazy because I still don't feel like that. I've always viewed this as like my little YouTube videos, and it's just my little diary or whatever, but I'm going to be influencing love through feminine energy, mindset, and creativity. And I love how all of this is coming together, because this is what I really value. This is what I think is important. And I'm going to stand on that. I'm done. I'm done. On Instagram, I'm going to be dancing and giving looks and probably getting into spirituality, you know, opening up a little bit more. Right now, I'm just vibing, you feel me? I just feel called to be who I am and just vibe and be expressive and free. And I'm feeling really excited. I am a creative. I am a powerful creative. Thank y'all so much for tuning into another video. If you'd like to see more videos like this on the channel, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, I will see you soon. Love y'all. Bye.